Right, we are here. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. Matter of fact, no. We gonna start it off right. We gonna start it off right.
Everything that I have, I'm thanking God for it now. I'm taking all of my trees, proceed to breaking it down. Through and fucking with ground levels, we in the clouds. Stay reclining my seat, smoking, leaning it back. Living like rock and roll, but still doing this rap music. Moving through stats, always moving the crowd.
Yes, sir.
If Wiz Khalifa's on your campus,
Welcome back.
I'm probably
Welcome
smoking
back.
loud with a
Welcome,
bell
welcome,
coming
welcome,
out.
ladies and gentlemen.
Talking
Welcome.
about. Keep
Thank
it
you guys
cool
for
so we don't
being
hear
patient
anything
with us.
doubt.
Thank you guys for being
They
patient
just
with
mad
us.
cause they ain't making to the clouds. Tried their best, but they just ain't getting accounted for. We ain't going back and
Testing,
forth. I ain't
testing.
just
1, 2,
start
3,
multiple
4. All right,
trends, I
welcome to the
open
pregame
doors.
with the fellas.
Provided the style
Get
for
ready
you
for
and
the
yours.
Around
I
the
made
League
the class, you
segment of
studied the
episode
course.
50, Around the League
Gangsta
edition,
sold,
of
not
episode
total,
59
that you
of the
could
Splashcast.
afford.
59.
Started with this pregame, man. How you feeling? How you feeling? It's a big night tonight. Big night tonight. Game 5.
No, it's another day in the life. Wardale. Let's do it.
Yeah.
We
War
gonna
damn
get
deal.
to it. We gonna get to it. We gonna get to
War
it.
damn deal.
Wardale is out here going for the MVP, trying to shut everybody up and shut Boston down. We'll get there. Ladies and
Williams,
gentlemen.
don't blow this, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna go ahead and pause the Splashcast 12 pack that will be out on Wednesday. But ladies and gentlemen, you changed your seat. Ladies and gentlemen, with the 12 pack, with the pregame, we got a few things we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna let some of our fans. Yeah, there you go. We're gonna let some of our fans trickle in. So, let me ask you a question.
What?
We'll wait for. Well, first off, let's go ahead and get everything out of the way. Let's get it out of the way. Your man. So we always congratulate people who make their money. Your man's Tiger Woods' net worth is estimated to be at least $1 billion. He joins LeBron James and Michael Jordan as the only known athlete billionaires, and I think Tiger Woods and LeBron James are the only active athletes that are billionaires.
His activity is the loosest version of active
Who?
I've ever experienced. Tiger.
He plays now.
A little bit.
What you mean? He plays.
He
Travels and plays just as much as basketball players do. It's just during the course of
hell
golf.
no. Basketball players play
No, they play
82 games this season.
What I'm saying is the amount of time. Yeah, they play 82 games, but each round for him is a game, right? Each round is a game.
Yeah,
So you have 4
yeah,
rounds
but
a tournament.
But he takes off a lot, and I mean rightfully so. He's injured, so but
Well, you know, he's
activity
had to take
on
off the
that.
last decade, but that really wasn't. That wasn't his fault. I mean, it was his fault.
Here we go.
It was his
Buckle
fault.
up.
It was his fault, but you know, it is what it is. You have
It
to
ain't
deal with-
my fault.
Yeah, no.
No.
You made an interesting point. Yep, you made an interesting point.
Boy, hey, y'all catch that. You catch the license plate on that bus before I get run over here.
Which is more impressive? LeBron James for having done this with his friends, becoming billionaires, making all of his close-knit friends millionaires, being an inspiration to the community and all of that stuff? Or is it Michael Jordan? I don't think it's Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan has been a savvy businessman and just got in on the ground floor the whole time and handled his things accordingly. Or is it Tiger? Why do I say or is it Tiger? Because Tiger went through that divorce, lost all of that bread, and did all of that alleged stuff that happened with the stuff and the stuff and the stuff. Which is more important? Not more important. Ooh, that's a setup right there. Which is more which is more impressive? Which is still kind of a setup.
Impressive to me Well, LeBron is immediately disqualified because you didn't have to make the money back. I wish I knew how much money Mike had when he had to split it with Juanita, because Tiger was like almost at the billion when he had to split. And I don't know if it's better to split early and her not get a bunch of money, or to split late and you be making so much money you can bounce back quick. But also remember, Tiger could probably be the $2 billion. He could be in $2 billion if he had signed that live deal. Remember
that we talked about last week on Splashcast.
Yeah. So
$125 million just to sign your name. You don't even got to win. You just got to.
No, you don't have to do anything. So,
but cooperate.
I probably say Tiger. And out of those guys, he also had to take a long break for injury. Like LeBron has been mostly healthy. Jordan has been mostly healthy. And definitely Tiger, because Tiger is mostly eat what you kill. When you got to win a game, you got to win a match to get the purse. That's how you start out. Like everybody else, Jordan and LeBron are contract guys. So whether you play you play great or not, you gonna kind of get your check.
And you got to even qualify to even make money. That's the thing that's different. I'm glad you brought that up about golf. Is once you kind of make it to the league in basketball and football, you have to stay in the league. But once you qualify, you're there, right? Once you get there, for example, Tony Snell. Once Tony Snell got there, he has a niche, and he plays to that niche. Golf is one of the few places, I think golf, maybe tennis, one of the few sports where you have to qualify every year. You get invited. But I mean, so for example, you have your major guys. Well, they don't. Their qualification is they're already on the tour and they already place a certain amount in terms of
so it's not even a question.
So it's not a question. But they do have to qualify though.
Yes, but I mean,
and you got to qualify every round.
But my thing is, you could go home if you miss the cut, you might not make any money. So that's a week of zeros. Now, when you hit, but. Well, I mean, I give it to Tiger. Tiger plays, you can say what you want to, but you can say, if you say LeBron, you're going to say Kyrie Irving a little bit, or you're going to say Dwayne Wade, or you're going to say Chris Bosh.
About LeBron's help. You always going to talk about LeBron's help.
Yeah, or when you talk Jordan. Sport. I mean, with Jordan, you're still going to say, hey, Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen. Tiger like, nah, it's just me, dog.
Just me and my thoughts out here, bruh. Me, my thoughts and my texts.
Y'all ain't doing this by yourself. Now that means you also don't have to split the money with nobody but yourself too, which is great. But yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot on one human.
Yeah, it's a lot of stress, man. So shout out.
And it's a lot on one human as a black human in a very white game. Like Jordan and LeBron, they're not minorities. They go to work every day with people who look like him. Boy.
Fair.
Tiger's out there like, hey guys, gonna try to play this golf.
And even now, sorry, my doorbell went off. We stay strapped over here, but I forgot what I was saying. The kids messing with my doorbell. What was I saying? What were we talking about?
Boy, getting destroyed by Dennis the Menace.
I will get no, I won't. Not gonna incriminate myself. But yeah, Tiger Woods, man.
YSL. Slime Gang.
That was not me.
That's gonna be my answer every time that we do something incriminating. Slime him out.
Not me. I live here. I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Don't say nothing. Or jokes about nothing, brother. But shout out to Tiger, man. Shout out to Tiger. So I forgot what I was gonna say. So I'm gonna bring something else up that is interesting.
Slime life.
Your man's AD. I'm gonna play this real quick, Norwood. Hold tight for me. I'm gonna play this, and I want y'all to listen to what he says. It's an 8-second clip.
I hope you got that clip of Bill Cosby. This is the dumbest.
I don't, but I should. We can add
This is why you get
Shot
D's.
of basketball. Sis.
So my man AD said, and I quote, I'm going to play it for y'all. I'm going to start it back over. Here we go.
I haven't shot a basketball since April, like maybe like April 5th.
Y'all
Like
heard
where you
that?
actually shot a basketball.
Probably like April 5th.
Y'all heard that?
I haven't shot a
Y'all heard
basketball.
that? Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? April 5th. April 5th. April 5th. April 5th. He has not picked up a ball since April 5th. Now,
That's what y'all get. Y'all knew who this guy was before he got here.
I want to see it just
This
to make
is
sure that
ink
y'all see
trick,
that. It says
y'all.
April 5th. April 5th. He has not picked up a basketball. Now, according to other podcasts and shows that we watch that have more of an insight than we do so far, we'll get there. But according to Shannon Sharp and other NBA basketball,
I got plenty enough insight on this. I'm well versed.
they said that AD, his training regimen is he doesn't touch a basketball. Then
I don't
he lifts
care
weights,
about his training regimen because he's been hurt every year since he got into the league.
and then
That's
he
like
lifts.
that's like a person who can't swim telling me how they learn how to swim. Bro, I don't want to hear it. You don't do your job good enough to tell anybody else about it.
So he would lift weights and then he would practice basketball closer to training camp. As Norwood so eloquently put it just now, obviously that this ain't working, brother. This ain't
That's
working
like-
at all.
That's like asking me for a cookbook. I ain't never cooked shit before. Why would you? What do you want of mine? Oh, I want your recipe on this. AD, I don't ever want to hear about your health regimen. You want to know why? Because you ain't never been healthy.
You ain't never been healthy, bruh. You ain't never been healthy, Shawty. Ever.
That's like Paula Deen vegan meals. Things that just ain't never seen happen before.
No Paula Dean gonna eat that pork now. But what's alarming
And we
about
know
this,
you're gonna be hurt. Everything. He's alarming.
what's alarming about this is now I will say in the time of Twitter, in the time of information age, he is being seen everywhere. He's being seen everywhere. He has unlimited access to himself. So in this video, he's actually he's a big gamer, of course. He's what, 25, 26, 27?
You're
He's a
right. He
big-
play games with the Lakers every night.
He's a big
Am I gonna
gamer.
play?
He plays with Call
Why
of Duty.
not?
He plays Call of Duty. And FaZe Clan is a big clan in Call of Duty, big gaming clan where they make their guys make, $150,000, $200,000 a year to stream their games. So, he's used his celebrity, and he and the dude from FaZe Clan are cool. It's an esports team. God, I couldn't think of that. Thank you, Josh. Esports team. So, as a result, he has it. He's everything that he's doing is like magnified because he was such a letdown last year. Norwood says he's playing more esports than real sports. So obviously you feel some type of way, Norwood. How you feel? I don't know what's going on. Go ahead. Josh, his only injury risk is carpal tunnel. Oh no. What are you laughing at?
Hold on, Jay.
You can't hold on in the middle of the stream.
Yes, I can.
Imagine playing a simulation of your job instead of actually doing an actual job. That boy, you say that boy's in the Sims, bruh? That boy out here in the Sims, shawty?
The Sims, that's the name of the episode too. That boy simulating his entire existence.
That
So
boy
this is
in
my
The
trick.
Sims.
I actually practice the game of basketball by playing 2K. That's how I get him.
My rating gets higher, and I can.
Oh my God. Y'all traded for this guy. You actually requested him to be on your team. This is what you got.
And everybody
I don't
you
feel-
traded has gotten better.
I don't feel sorry for you guys at all, boy. Hey, my mom always say people in here want ice water, and I bet y'all want to trade Anthony Davis back. But ain't neither one of y'all gonna get what you want. Ooh, you damn fool. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Oh man.
No matter, it's the reason you get D's in all your classes.
And the bad thing is, this isn't the first video, right? And like I said before, you can't get mad at him for living his life. But I mean, like you can't
do what the hell I want to.
That's
if
he's
I'm LeBron,
a 100 millionaire. Do what he
I
wants
will
to.
Snuff this man out.
That boy been eating crawfish.
He's doing everything.
He's doing everything but
basketball.
getting better. Everything except for what he's getting paid to do. Now he does deserve time off, but this is just funny. It's a bad look. It's a bad look.
He does not deserve time off.
Everybody, come on, man. You can't say that. How would you feel if somebody came to your job and said you don't deserve no time off?
How about if your job let you be off for a month? And you don't even have to work your job every day like we do. He only got to go to his job for a few months. And then some of the few months, you didn't even do the job. And you ask me, ask me again. I dare you to ask me. Everybody deserve off. Teachers deserve off for the summer. Anthony Davis, his 8 foot tall ass needs to be in somebody's gym.
Not 8 foot tall ass needs to be in somebody's gym.
Or a church. Praying for his joints. But something must happen.
Not praying for his joints.
Hey, man. Man falls every season. He is like the Punxsutawney Phil of injuries. You know. So
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Fun employee is one of the funniest. I don't, man. Anthony Davis, how you gonna cancel us? He don't even go to his job. I wish you wouldn't try to cancel my hobby. Boy, shut up. Job and my hobby will. You don't do neither one.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you call an inadvertent shot. This is called an inadvertent trigger.
I pulled out the gun and I'm shooting it. You made them people trade away their whole future. Then you made them trade for Russ. Now y'all got one measly draft pick in 2027, and y'all supposed to have a future from that and get rid of Russ. Well, LeBron, I'm telling you right now, that man want to punch you in your shit. He might not never tell you that. You gonna make a black dad retire? Yeah, I can't even go to job. I can't even go to work no more.
I'm telling y'all, dog. I said this in the chat, right? I said now, AD's moving like a person that don't want to play basketball no more. Like the pressure is it's a lot of stuff going on. Like that's why I think that's why I think AD
that one cubic zirconia, and he's so happy now.
That's why
Cloudy ass bring you one.
I think AD. That's why I don't know if AD could get traded back home to Chicago. I don't know if he can handle that pressure. I think he's not all the time.
He's not a number one. I don't know why people don't understand that. He is the best. He's an 8 foot tall Robin. He's look at Giannis. That's who he was supposed to be, but he's not. Him and Karl Anthony Towns.
You want him in Atlanta?
No. No. What are we gonna do? Watch him not play? I know Trey would love it. He wouldn't really have to pass the ball to nobody.
But we'd be horrible.
Horrible, you know what that is? That means Jalen. Maybe we will play Jalen Johnson then. You know what? Nope. This is a flaming bag of garbage. I am happy that they mortgage their entire future, and hopefully, just hopefully, New Orleans will learn their mistake from the last power forward bust they had and trade Zion and go ahead and compete with the team that they have. Please do not double down on dumb like the Lakers
did. All right, man. And then finally, your man. So
what is wrong with Josh? He's saying gonna be the main character. Hey, there is no ballers basketball either. Yeah, might as well start it with AD. So, and what was the name of the dude who actually did play the joint? He played the esports too.
I can't think. I don't know. I can't go down this rabbit hole with y'all on that one. But and then the game. So the game has been on a press run with this new album. 45-year-old game, 43-year-old game, however old he is.
You better respect Jay-Z.
I got nothing to say about the game, bro. But he's made some statements recently. You know, he feels he's the best rapper to come out since Jay-Z. He held Cali on his back for 15 years by himself. He introduced Kendrick. He did all of this stuff. He says if he had as much backing as Eminem, he would be voted one of the top rappers of all time. You think so?
Game can, yes. Now Eminem is a guy who can really rap.
I was about to say, man.
But Eminem is a guy who can really rap. Yes, definitely Vernon Littlefield. Thank you, Josh. But 100%, Eminem is a guy who can rap words together, but he doesn't really he doesn't really rap about anything that you want to hear. Game makes hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. You know, you might not like all of his antics or, you know, all the people he's been in the name dropping.
The name
dropping. Just the antics that he does. But when it comes to guys who can rap and make music that is really good, it is not many that have been as good as he's been consistently. He definitely put the West on his back until Kendrick showed up. And I would dare say he's probably more, you know, Kendrick is Kendrick, but Kendrick also doesn't put out a ton of music all the time either. Game is way more consistent with putting out music.
Right. But
yeah, he's it. Now don't get it fucked up. No.
He's okay. So the thing about Game is he was on the podcast, the I am more than an athlete podcast, right? Isn't that what it's called? I am athlete.
I am athlete.
I am athlete.
I am athlete.
He said something that caught my eye. He said, and I'm gonna play it for y'all real quick so that y'all can hear it. Hopefully y'all can hear it because we sure can't. But he said that Pac-Man
and make pancakes and turn it into a
and y'all can hear this.
For those niggas out there, Pac-Man Jones is like AI of football.
He called Pac-Man
like,
the AI.
You just that
of football.
Hey, yo, and again, this gonna sound.
That's an interesting thing. So he said Pac-Man is the AI of football. Shut in. He said some other things, and it's actually a good episode. Y'all should go watch it. It's actually a very good episode. How do you feel about that? Were Pac-Man and AI the same type of person and player? And
no.
What do you think he meant by that?
It's two different things. I get what he's kind of trying to.
What is he trying to
communicate?
Say?
He's trying to say culturally, we identify with both guys. But for me, AI and Pac-Man's identities are so completely different. AI was just a representation culturally of like the things that we liked at that point. Big shorts, braids, tattoos, rap music. It's like the difference between our dad's NBA and our NBA. So I understand what he's trying to say, but outside of that, Allen Iverson was beloved by everybody. He had a little issue in high school, but outside of that, you know, it wasn't a lot of getting into
issues and domestic stuff.
But not like
He was also pre-social media too.
Yeah,
so there was a lot of stuff that came out later on that probably would have been crazy. But I get what you're saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, Pac-Man is more of. I mean, he's a guy. I can understand how he can understand as a gang member. You know, Pac-Man 100%. You know, is Pac-Man all the time, and sometimes that means you might have to whoop her ass in the airport.
That ain't his. See, now stuff like that, I'm not really saying that, and I get that, Josh. I was actually gonna get to that, where he was saying that both of them are like the hood representatives. They can relate,
absolutely,
to both of them. But I think, which is something I kind of agree with Game. The thing I disagree with and what I agree with you more about is they're two different representations, but it's both how both the hood can what's the
but
word?
see, I feel
the
like
hood can relate to both of them, but for different reasons.
Yeah, like I don't think that you have to be super hood to relate to Allen Iverson.
That was where I was going with my point.
Yeah,
like,
but I think that like I like Pac-Man and I like the people who, you know, kind of I do understand that he's from the hood, but I'm more like Pac-Man because he's on the fringe. He plays intense. Like I guess for me they're just two different things.
So, and what I was saying was AI is more of a bigger representation and more all-encompassing.
He was just cool.
Where Pac-Man is more like, and it's maybe because I know the backstory of Pac-Man. He's come from and overcome so much, being from the projects, being from the hood, seeing murder and all that other stuff that you see in gang culture, right? You see the stuff that he saw in gang culture growing up, and he actually made it to that point where, same thing with AI, he overcame something court-wise, the government-wise, legal-wise, although it wasn't gang culture. I can see how he made that distinction. I just think that they both represented two different struggles, but they still represented struggles as well. So it's like I said, it's a really, really, really dope, really great podcast to watch, really great video to watch, segment on their episodes to watch. I put it on the list because some people said that they are crazy to relate AI and Pac-Man.
It's the overarching point is influence. It's just different influence, but the influence is the same. And I mean, a lot of times people don't give Pac-Man credit. Like, sure, he has his off the field things. Like, don't forget, he adopted Chris Henry's two sons after he passed away. And I think one of them has just got an offer letter or something from like Ohio State.
Both of them are fine.
Yeah.
In football.
And you know, you might not like everything about Pac-Man, but it's plenty of guys who wouldn't adopt your kids if you passed away, and if you did pass away, wouldn't, like, you know, try to spend every waking moment with them, trying to develop them to be, you know, great in their own. Like that is admirable beyond words.
He's definitely matured. He's definitely matured to the point where, as you get older, people always say, I just mind my business, drink my water, and try to make my money and live my life, raise my kids. He's in that phase of life. He's in that phase of, he's got a daughter, he's got a son, he's got two adopted sons, he's got two daughters. I can't remember.
And takes care of everybody. Like, you know what?
He takes care of his family.
You never get him champion as a black dad, though. You'll never hear Pac-Man as the guy who you like.
Because he's easier. It's easier to paint Pac-Man as a villain than to actually look into the backstory and understand that most villains are good guys that were fucked over. Ooh, that's a
and he ain't. I mean, people go through things in life. If you were fortunate enough to not to have to go through many things, then consider yourself lucky. But this dude did, and has come a long way. And starting from where he started from and to be where he is a lot of guys who
just as commendable as when you talk about any of these
I think it's more
billionaires.
I think it's more.
These billionaire guys and these guys that have done it, you need to recognize the guys that came from literally, I'm not gonna say literally nothing, because he still had a family, he still had to love him. Shout out to Lewis, shout out to Pac-Man, shout out to everybody. But the guys that come from nothing, proverbial nothing, societal definition of nothing, and have to get it out the mud, have to go all the way up, and then backslide. That's the part that people don't understand. Yes, you're sitting there and judging. I did not mean to go into this for this topic, but all the guys that you judge that backslide, you got to understand that's all folks know. So if I'm in the club and somebody come up there and shove me, well, I saw my homeboy, like for me, like I saw my homeboy get shot at 17, 16, 15 years old. So if I'm 22, I'm in the club and the same thing presents itself. Well, shit, hey, it's either you or me. Y'all gotta make sure that y'all give the same accolades and respect to the athletes that overcame hardship and overcame their own selves, as much as we give the same accolades to the billionaires, the guys that did it right, and all of that stuff.
We preaching
today. We preaching.
You have other guys who will get highlighted for raising other people's children, but when you got a guy who's literally raising his best friend's two sons,
Yep.
You might get that once every few years.
Charlize Theron
is that
champion for raising those.
Yep. That's not what I was talking about. And y'all know Reggie hate that lady.
I hate her.
But yeah, for me, I just
not taking that back.
But that's the reason we have this podcast, so we can champion the people who we don't believe get championed enough. But definitely a big salute to Pac-Man.
Salute to Pac-Man. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in with us, man. We are actually here. We are going to pod and attempt to watch the finals game as well. So this is probably going to be another 2-hour pod. It is what it is.
I'm just about to pod. I'm not worried about watching that game.
Crazy. It's a lot of stuff going on. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get into the Around the League edition of episode 59 of the Splashcast. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. We are now going to play a little bit of the Splashcast 12 pack as we get ready. Y'all stay tuned. Give us about 2-3 minutes.
I was in a minivan, though. Back in the day, I was in a minivan, though. Sipping on something and whipping it slow. 2010, I remember when I was living there. My godmother's in G-Bird.
Tried their best, but they just ain't getting accounted for. We ain't going back and forth. I ain't just start multiple trends, I open doors. Provided a style for you and yours. I made the class, you studied the course. Games to be sold, not total, that you could afford it. Make sure the private plane cold as soon as I board it. More concerned with stocks and mortgages than little boy shit. Famous girl, she on my line, she need a dick appointment. That's hard.
Yeah. Tell me who really wanted everything that they talking about. I already done it. Don't fuck with their narrative. And how they spun it like Clive Campbell. I'ma set an example. My flow ample over this sample. Lead to be trampled. Never went to ramble. Head to toe in that camo. Blowing up trees like Rambo. This is the way, bitch. I'm repping that Mando. Got a lot of money. Don't need a Lambo. Back in the day, I was in a minivan. though. Back in the day, I was in a minivan. though. Sipping on something and whipping it slow. 2010, I remember when I was living there. My godmother's in G-Bird. That's my word. Bumping Mac Miller kids. Cushion OJ Wiz. Look in the mirror. I'm hoping it's his day. Give a fuck what the kids say. Logic bringing it back to the rap shit. That two dope boys, that pip. Give a fuck about a rap list. Winning $1 million, I'm on that list. On the map like an atlas. Talk shit, get hit with a fat lip. Smoking and booted and dipping the pussy. We call it the catnip. Run the game like a 30-90. Leave them all behind me. Step back, motherfucker, don't try me. Cause I'm me. You know it's logic.
Crazy. Don't try to rap along. Don't try to recite it. Don't waste your time.
Sean Khalifa, man. Paper Plane Gang. 501 Young. Hey, shout out to my brother Spitter, man. I just wanted to say that. Yeah. And your bitch can see this shit from across the street, nigga. It's pimping over here. Macaroni. Cushion oranges, nigga. What up, Chevy? Germ, I see you. Cardo on the beat. I don't love them, I don't chase them, I duck them. Smoke something, go to a new state soon as I fuck them. Niggas be pressed for pussy, it ain't nothing. Instead of worrying about who that bitch fucking, why don't you get you some money? 9 times out of 10, she see me stunting. Game running, wanna know my hotel and who phone the ring when she coming. I keep it 100. Get love from the hoes, but it's money over bitches, nothing above it. Like the weed, loud like my engine when I speed up. Bitches holding their weed, rolling.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 59 of the Splashcast, the Around the League edition. I am your co-host, Reggie.
And I'm your co-host, Norwood. Ladies and gents, beverages.
Beverages.
Yeah,
Yep.
Reggie tried to box me out, and he had Zaxby's. God, dog, that's dastardly. I miss Zaxby so much. Oh, wings and things. Oh,
dastardly. It is what it is, man. That was last night, man. Got a lot going on over here, man. Work is work. So we have to order out every now and then. But again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 59 of the Splashcast, the Around the League edition I am your co-host, Reggie. We are now going to jump straight into our favorite segment of the Splash Cast, the HBCU news around the culture. Make sure y'all go back and check out the pregame. We just finished the pregame. We were talking about a few things, giving a salute to those that made it to be billionaires, black folks that made it to be billionaires. It's same salute and congratulations to the ones that came from the struggle. And then we made fun of AD for not picking up a basketball since April 5th and doing the same regimen that has got you hurt for literally every year except for one. That was the bubble championship.
But if you are interested in his workouts, they will be posted on YouTube. You will find a way to injure yourself faster. But nobody really cares about that. You're really here because we're the best HBCU podcast.
Not injure yourself faster. Oh, if you want some time off from work, buy this. This will get you where you need to go.
Instead of Herbalife, it's Hurt for Life.
Hurt for life.
I'll drink to that, boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm on these new Hurt for Life shakes.
Yeah, man. That boy gonna be the sponsor of Hurt for Life like George Foreman. That's crazy. But moving on to that, we're in the HBCU segment. Got a few things we're gonna talk about today. Now,
the best HBCU pod in the world, right here.
Now,
I said it.
We always say that this right now, Deion is dominating all of pretty much everything going on right now. So before we get to Deion, we're gonna cover some other things. Shout out to Darius Leonard. Darius Leonard, who is arguably the best middle linebacker in football, graduate of the South Carolina State University in Orangeburg, South Carolina. And apparently he is a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
Rude to that.
He has donated $15,000 for the Uvalde school shooting victims. And he announces that his not only him, but also his foundation is donating this as well, with more to come. I think that's the thing about it. He said this is just the first step of his donating. So shout out to Darius Leonard, man.
Fantastic HBCU alum doing fantastic things. That is what we champion here on the Splash.
That is what we champion. And speaking
and
of
it's not many other places that you will find these type of comments.
This is true, man. Speaking of champion, the HBCU rankings are out, and I'm going to take a shot at Georgia. I'm going to take a shot at UGA. Stay with me. I'll get there. The HBCU rankings are out. South Carolina State, the defending Black College national champions, are number 3. Norwood is waiting to see what shot I take at Georgia. Jackson State is number 1. Now, Jackson State, you haven't won. You better win this year. You come in preseason all number 1, top ranked. You got to do it because there's one team that has always let me down until last year, being preseason 1, 2, or 3. It was UGA. Jackson State, you don't want to follow. GA. You do not want to, boy. Come on, man. Florida out there. Ooh, y'all serving crab. Yeah, back what? Serving Kraft mac and cheese? We're not gonna go there. So, ladies and gentlemen, you seen it. You saw the picture. The boys was serving ready-made. Anyway, Jackson State, y'all have had a lot of hype. Deion, well-deserved, had a lot of hype. Pretty good. Y'all better win this Black National Championship next year. You don't want to fall into the category of y'all are good every year. It's a terrible place to be. It's a terrible place to be.
This is exciting for me. If you remember from the end of the season, this is what I said. I wanted to see them bounce back. Mm-hmm. You know, it's always easy to front run Cam Newton, but to really take an opportunity.
Norwood does not have quick scopes. He has bazookas.
It's the 6-shooter, man. It's the 6-shooter. When I get down and lay down, I don't play no games. But yes, I love a redemption story way more. So this is exciting to me to see him have a good season, not win it at all, and then go, really recruit his ass off, and then now have the opportunity to possibly, win the championship and prove to people that I am the coach who he says he is. And specifically, I'm a big Deion fan, but he started out coaching at a private high school. To go from where he started to where
they started a private high school.
Yes.
And then
Yes, correct.
He created. Now that is commendable. Good job. Didn't mean to step on your point. He definitely created his own lane.
Well, yeah, like creating your own. I'm just going to start this. This is where I'm going to start, and I'm just going to keep moving forward and moving faster and more efficiently than so many people. He's talking himself into big rooms very fast, and that's commendable. I think that's super commendable.
You see what the reigning Darth Vader of football was calling him out. After you did an Aflac commercial with me.
Darth
smile
Hater.
in my face. Smile in my face.
Darth Hater. That's what his new name is, Darth Hater.
Darth Hater in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, man. I had so much respect for him. I love coaches that just don't say anything.
And just whoop your ass. Every game, he just whoop your ass.
Popovich's. Now you just Darth Hater, dog.
Yep.
Out of here, man.
I do want to say shout out to Southern University, the Jaguars, the Beast by the Mississippi. Southern University,
Jaguars.
Number 4, the Jaguars. A&T is number 7. Prairie View, who Southern just took their head coach. Draymond don't even be close when he's shooting. Southern, the coach from Prairie View actually is now Southern's head coach. Prairie View still has enough talent that they are number 9. Norfolk State, the defending MEAC runner-ups, are number 10. South Carolina State, of course, is number 3, and FAMU is number 2. With Jackson State and FAMU having multiple projected draft picks this year on the roster, up and down that roster. And you can't forget Tennessee State now. Eddie George out there at Tennessee State is recruiting up a storm quietly.
Absolutely. And Hampton, just out of the top 10, was still receiving votes.
Hampton
just
was
the preseason.
11. Hampton was number 11. So shout out to them. Alcorn State is going to be a beast again, as they always are. FAMU as well, man. It's going to be a fun football season. Y'all make sure y'all tune in, and we will be there as well. You did call that man street clothes. I just saw that.
Have his street clothes on.
With that being said, man, so we said Deion creates a lot of notoriety, right? Your man is on Sports Illustrated, and
flexing.
Not only is he flexing with his son and the number 1 recruit that he signed, I'm watching the game too as well. So Steph Curry out here balling. But if you look, for those that do marketing, that do posters and everything, to have Primed way bigger than Sports Illustrated.
Wait, Sports Illustrated is behind Deion.
Deion.
You don't ever put the man in front. That's simple marketing. You don't put people in front of the logo. And I love this man. How can you not love this?
So Travis Hunter, I want to say this because this is something that has always been a stickler when it comes to that's clear path to HBCUs, is you can't get the same notoriety if you go to an HBCU that you can't get at a PWI. Let me tell you something now. Travis Hunter, number 12. You guys can't see, but number 12 in the white jersey is from Collins Hill, is from Gwinnett County, Georgia. Went to Collins Hill High School. He's the number 1 recruit, overall recruit, the number 1 offensive recruit, like the number 2 defensive recruit. Deion was one of the only coaches that said you could come play both ways. And it seems to me, when was the last time you saw a number 1 recruit on Sports Illustrated? Never. When was the last time you saw an HBCU a coach, the number 1 recruit, and the starting quarterback on Sports Illustrated together? Never. So that whole myth.
No. Active. These are all active players.
Active players.
Yes, I think that is very important. They might get you on there at the end of your career, or maybe
for
if
Heisman
you pass
hype
away,
or whatever.
Yeah, no, these are active HBCU players, and their active HBCU coach actively on the front of an active ass Sports Illustrated. Kudos to my historically black colleges and universities.
Ladies
this is a
and
W
gentlemen,
for all
boys
parties
and
involved.
girls, athletes.
We'll drink to that.
Hey, we'll drink to it. Athletes. when it comes to HBCUs, you can get that bread, you can get that notoriety. We are hiring.
Bread, get that. They leave.
No, see, you almost had me walk myself into that too.
You said it, not me. You're singing the song.
You could do it, man. And just to shout out to now, I again being a Southern University alumni and affiliate and supporter, I do not like doing this because our second biggest rival right now is probably Jackson State. The first one is being Grambling and will always be Grambling. Jackson State had a higher average football game attendance than Maryland, who is going to the Big 12 that we'll talk about in the football segment. Cincinnati, Cincinnati made it to the college football playoff, and more. And other teams are
their
Rutgers.
Former quarterback might be our starting quarterback. What are you talking about? And wait. Think about that. The guy who will probably end up starting as quarterback for our team. More people were going to see Jackson State than to go see him play.
Yep. Oregon State, Kansas, Washington State, Maryland, Arizona, Georgia Tech, Georgia Tech is probably is difficult. Not difficult, it's surprising because they're in the heart of Atlanta, and even if you don't have anything else to do, you can go to a Georgia Tech game. But Stanford, Northwestern, a lot of these teams are actually really good. Like Northwestern.
Hey, hold on. Wait. The enrollment at Jackson State is 9,811 people.
And they average 42,000 people a game.
How? Are they busting them in?
North Mississippi. They out there. I mean, you know, with HBCUs, now everybody can't go to school. So everybody, when you can't, not even HBCUs, schools in general.
Time out. For clarity's sake, the University of Maryland has 40,251 people.
So they should be able to sell out easily with all the alumni that's around.
They have literally 4 times as many students enrolled at any point. And we're not talking about the money. We're just talking about the students. Boy, we start breaking down the bread. First of all, y'all sports information and sports marketing need to be fired. If you can get people to Jackson, Mississippi, and can't get them to College Park, Maryland, you know what? The product that you're putting on the field, less than stellar.
Less than
cannot cut your mustard. Y'all have all these resources and can't get it done. Tell me why. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I've been waiting a long time to tell somebody that.
I'm about to say that joke like it was been in the tuck. That was in the tuck for a minute.
Pull them bootstraps up. Y'all got money and students and still behind. Why? Oh, and prime location. Let me tell you.
You on Eastern Seaboard. Well, football-wise, that ain't prime location.
Or Jackson, Mississippi.
Well, I mean.
You mean what?
I mean, no, because yeah, you're right. I was gonna say that you got a lot of struggle in the training down here versus a lot of prep schools up there in Maryland.
Plenty. You know what I do not want to hear? I promise, and let me make sure I get this mic.
Excuses.
And the PWI can't tell me why they cannot get it done. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it.
Oh man, that is the worst thing to hear when you growing up. You try to explain why you get it. I don't want to hear it. Well, you know I'm right.
We gotta be twice as good just to get half as far. No, that's not really y'all.
Telling y'all, we preaching on this podcast today. This is the second segment we just started preaching out here.
How? You got to start asking yourself. Maybe you need to call Steve Blake or
Chris Duhon. You can't call Chris Duhon. Not Chris Duhon. Not Chris Duhon. Dude at Coppin. Coppin State head coach.
You can't call him. You can't call him.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the HBCU segment, the news around the culture. We've covered, of course, Deion, as usual, high tide raising all ships. Talked about the HBCU rankings. Shout out to Deion again. Y'all better be careful because FAMU is coming with a vengeance. Pause. South Carolina State, defending black national champions, will be right there again. They return not only their top receiver, but some of their top defensive players as well. And shout out to Jackson State having a higher attendance than a lot of PWIs. That will also trickle down to the other SWAC schools as well, man. It is looking wonderful. It is looking wonderful.
And just to close out that Jackson State versus University of Maryland battle to the end, Jackson State's endowment, $60 million. University of Maryland's endowment, $1 billion. But y'all can't get more people to a football game? What's wrong?
About to say, you can pay everybody to go to the game. You can pay everybody.
Big B.
If you give out some student bucks, they'll be there. Like, you can pay people to be there.
Y'all got to reevaluate some things around there. Departments got to be cut, man. Cuts got to be made.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, y'all stay tuned as we get ready for the basketball segment of the News Around the League edition of episode 59. Y'all stay tuned.
Do you bitches got a problem with it? Carry on. I take a shit, you got a problem with it. Carry on. Hey, you make it like it's about dude. You know it ain't about that. You know what the fuck you did, nigga. Yeah, I don't hate you. You Muslim. But I'ma show you how great I am. For the record, I am Muslim first. Where should I begin? I'm a general, I'm one of the men. ABPSN, I'm hospitable, respect the grid, but we cannot be friends. Social media, I'm not promoting criminal intent. Big spinner, get the business deal when killer get consent. Whoever play don't want they family members. I'ma set a trend. Bow my head and say, astaghfirullah, forgive me for my sins. F-250, drop my hair, cut off and whip up in a Benz. Downtown, Night Ward, Alabama, Russia Blade. Big Chief, send them things. Bread want a gunner game. New Infinity and Gunner Face, how we discussing things. Pimp me Night Ward did it, gon' have another sun to raise. Niggas started acting like Big Brass ain't the truth out here. I done caught a body if a nigga want some proof out here. Southside, Baton Rouge, standing up on France Street. Standing up on 12th Street, Big London package hand me. With Butch and Art on Evergreen. Standing up on Taft Street. Sold dope on Murder Street. St. Joseph, Atlas Street. Creighton Stewart, middle of the drought and he ain't texting me. Carolina Street supplying pressure, you can ask for me. Stroke great minded Carlo hustle till my lungs collapse on me. Garfield Street, ex big boy, choice 24, Zipperline.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back with our basketball segment, news around NCAA and NBA and WNBA. We have it, news around the basketball universe. We got a few things we're going to talk about today. Really, we're going to focus on the finals. That's what we're going to do. We're going to focus on the finals.
What other basketball is there to talk about? College basketball, we barely like that shit in the first place.
We don't like that shit now. We don't like college basketball now. That shit is...
If it's not March Madness, fam, do not care. And I probably only care about Sweet 16 and going forward. But we are here for the NBA Finals. I need you to step into the restaurant.
As we're watching the NBA Finals right now, where the Warriors are up 17-6.
We are not.
Reggie is watching the NBA Finals. I don't know why Norwood is against the NBA Finals. It is.
I am absolutely focused on giving you guys 100% the best podcast that I can give y'all, and that means that I have to commit to you guys in unprecedented moments, at different times. I'm giving you 110% because
that's a quick scope. But it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. That was a quick scope right there. But so game four. Quick catch y'all up if you've been living under a rock. Game one, the Celtics had a 40-point fourth quarter and outscored the Warriors by 24 in what was an unprecedented shooting display in the fourth quarter. Al Horford had forgot to pay for free TV. I don't get it. Al Horford was shooting out of his mind. And now, that's why, because you're not watching the finals. You forgot to pay for free TV.
Glenn Humplick from the Tom Green Show, ladies and gentlemen.
But with that being said, game two, the Warriors blew the doors off. The Warriors blew the doors off the Celtics. Game three, the Celtics won a hard-earned game. And then game four, with the Warriors down 2-1, potentially going home down 3-1, Steph Curry may have had his signature moment. Steph Curry had 43 points. Steph Curry scored or assisted on almost half of the Warriors' points that night. In Boston, Game 4 series on the line. Steph Curry right now is averaging 30-plus points while shooting 50% from the field and 45% from the three in the first 4 games. I know there's a lot of stats, and we overstat everybody. Josh, I disagree. But Josh said Wiggins was low-key the MVP. Oh, of the game. I do agree. Of the game. 15 points. 15 rebounds.
Boy, I don't even wear no glasses.
That's why I said, and see, Josh is the homie. He's part of this. He's part of the dynasty. So we. I was just
you
gonna
smoke crack, don't you, Sam?
I was just gonna step right over that. Like,
get yourself. Do it expeditiously.
But Curry is averaging 34 points on 50% shooting, 49% from three. He's averaging 50% shooting. Do you know how hard it is to shoot from mid-range and layup at 50% and only shoot 1% lower from three? You might as well just take a three. And he's a career 90-plus percent free throw shooter. This is actually a down year for him shooting 85%.
Yes. I want you to be clear. Steph is shooting a higher percentage from three than Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Marcus Smart are shooting from 2.
Ooh,
that's outrageous.
That's
outrageous.
You gotta. That's the equivalent of you just gotta jump him.
Steph finna tap LeBron on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, big dog, I know they bang with you here, but let me tell you this, man."
LeBron like, yo, I made it 10 years in a row to have the same amount of rings as I had.
He's sitting over there next AD like, do something, bro.
Oh man!
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now.
And then
every day,
Steph can say, "I took 2 years off." Steph can say, "I took 2 years off." Remember?
And my partner leg fell off twice. Oh wait.
You already saw the press conference. You know they don't like
LeBron
that.
Like, wait. He ain't never been not broke.
Well, Kyrie also hurt it. LeBron when he had finally put together a super team.
But this other thing, Steph has never left. LeBron been on. I've been around.
I've been around the world. Ay.
I've been around.
Oh no! Yeah. If Pac-Man's the AI of basketball, is LeBron the Diddy of? AI of football is LeBron the Diddy of basketball?
Oh, without a doubt. You know what? Diddy James. Did he be everywhere you gonna be? Yo, Diddy James is so nasty because he does like make the team.
Oh man, Diddy James
and
is so nasty.
The Lakers is definitely making the band. That's exactly where LeBron is in his career.
The Lakers definitely making the band. He shipped all of them out of there. LeBron is definitely did.
Get the cheesecake.
Listen, if you don't get me to my ring, I'm not even gonna get you a contract. I'm gonna get you the hell up out of there. I got my two of you.
All in the video.
All in the videos. All
Diddy
on
James.
the
Diddy James.
Diddy
AKA
James.
Le Billionaire.
AKA Le GM. AKA
No, Le Billionaire.
Le Billionaire.
Capital L, capital B.
Yes, sir. But not only has Steph Curry been playing out of his mind, man. And shout out to the Celtics, although the Celtics are starting to become who we were. I'm going to say this every day, and I love you, Al Horford. You play for the Hawks. It is what it is. I told y'all he's good for one game. He's 37 years old. It's only good for one game. He had a hell of a game. He's still out there right now. As I'm watching, he's switching out on Klay Thompson. He's doing everything he's supposed to do. They down 20-8. I told y'all that was it. The Warriors look really, really good, and I also hate Boston, so I need for them to win.
Hey! Guess what? Nobody realizes James Wiseman will be playing in Summer League this year.
They got 3 people that don't even play that are better than everybody on the Celtics bench. They got 3 players that they don't play that is better than everybody on the Celtics bench. I didn't stutter. I said that twice to make sure that you heard me and you understood that I enunciated my
Steve Kerr is like Billy Mays right now. Wait, there's more.
Wait, there's more. If they win this year, they can literally. Steph can win a ring next year by just being. He's gonna start, but still by playing 6-man minutes.
Yeah, and now Wiggins will be gone, but Clay is going to get better at basketball.
You still have Kuminga. They still have draft picks. Like, that's the part nobody understands. They didn't trade shit. They didn't trade anything.
What I need to know what California does. California has different math. I'm sure of it. Because somehow the Warriors and somehow the Rams just are able to acquire every good player that they've ever needed. And my team can never afford but 1.5 players at a time.
Money.
We had Matt Ryan and Julio, and we was broke. They got Jesus of Nazareth. They got Thanos. They got
all the bases covered. They got heaven and hell, good and evil covered. We fight you.
They got Air Bud. How do you have everybody who's ever been good at any sport on one team?
They really do have heaven and hell covered. Steph Curry will pray for you, and Draymond will beat your ass. Like, they have every cover. They have every base covered.
He will argue. He won't beat your ass, but he will argue with you for a very long time.
So
I've seen Draymond play football. It ain't tough now. It's a lot of things.
Draymond.
And that's something that never gets talked about enough, of guys who will try out for football who are basketball players and the time period it takes before they be like, oh, this ain't for me.
Draymond played 2 plays.
It's 72 hours or less. They turn into pumpkins every time. They be like, oh, no.
Charles Barkley talk about it, too. Charles Barkley was one of the biggest fighters of all time. And he said, man, I went out there and that dude hit me and I couldn't do nothing. And I was like, yeah, he's probably 5'10", too. And that's humbling when you 6'4".
Those are the worst people. No.
Them little boulders that be coming down the field.
Yes.
You can't do nothing about it. They put
my boy Phil.
They about to lose.
About 5'7", 5'8". But little people, there's no good place to tackle them. The taller you are, the more places you have that I will probably be able to get you down. You're a running back. I moved the defense real quick. I moved the offense real quick. Nope, no thanks.
That don't help either. Because if you're a big running back or a big tight end, it don't do nothing. You just get folded up.
But you got that prime rib right here. I'm looking for that.
Just getting slayed, bro. You could always pull a, what's his name? You can always pull an AB.
AB might bite you in the face. Hogs are screwed and
you
trade.
You don't know what I'm talking about? You don't know what I'm talking about with AB?
No.
Yeah,
I'm getting out of there. I don't need to see. Hawks are screwed and Trey is the Phillips head that fits. Where did you get that from?
I didn't
say that.
So this is AB. You don't remember this AB move? If somebody's too small to hit. Kapow!
Yeah! I do remember that. That's actually on my Instagram. That's one of the few things I don't think I can ever do. He kicked him like Guile in Street Fighter. Boy, kicked him like Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat. Boy, Lord. This is the beginning of Instagram, too. This just lets you know exactly how old I am. 1, 2, 3, boy!
But anyway, that's why I say, yo, you get hit like that. That's what you can do. They need to hit 8. They need to hit Anthony Davis like that.
3, 4, cha-cha-cha, 5, 6. Kick him in the face.
What's up, Kev? Hawks are screwed and trades the Phillips head that fits. Pause. Hey, yo. There's also been a lot in the finals.
You're right, though, Kev. Let's not miss that.
Good pass.
Not bury the lead on that.
So there's also been Draymond versus the world, right?
$7 million later. So
Draymond, who said y'all gonna get these podcasts, which is I applaud him for that. Y'all gonna get these podcasts.
Y'all are one thing y'all gonna do is get these podcasts. Y'all gonna get them twice a week. Y'all gonna get this music on Wednesdays, and y'all can get Saturday Morning Live. And I think y'all should really give us a lot more credit for being able to wake up on Saturday mornings and coherently talk sports. That is not the easiest thing to do if you have any level of social life. And both of us do. And that means that our Fridays, I have to be at least legitimately responsible. I think y'all should show me a little bit more respect for that.
Didn't know how we got there, but what do you think about Draymond versus the world? Draymond versus the world. So Draymond, now we all know Boston is a horrible place, right? We know their fans are terrible people. And
no. If you've ever visited Boston, not a fantastic place to be. Not very fun.
It's not, man. It's like slow New York, but still dirty with more racist.
It's kind of like what Hogwarts would be if it was a city for Muggles. If you think about
I don't know
that,
what's sadder, that you made that reference or that I understand it coherently.
Yes. Boston is the city of Muggles. Yeah. It's very legit.
I didn't disagree. But anyway, what do you think about Draymond and his family releasing a statement saying that they were getting cussed out?
We don't care. We don't care.
His kids were there. First off, why would you bring your kids in that hostile environment? You know that's gonna happen. That's definitely.
Why would you take your kids to a Boston game?
Yeah, like Boston ain't shit. Like, why would you subject your smaller kids? I understand they want to see Daddy play. They can see Daddy play in the Bay.
Hey man, and they got them big ass headphones for kids so that they don't ruin their eardrums in the first place. If you're gonna take your kid to that game, you should probably sit your kid. I mean, as cool as you are with the Lakers and the fact that you told all the business, send your kid up there with the owners. Your kid shouldn't be down there in the first place.
I don't know how much the owners actually bang with Draymond. But
I do. I can tell you exactly how much. You want to go look at that contract?
About 16 minutes, $26 million a year, whatever it is.
Exactly. And we all I'm a big Draymond fan. I am Team Draymond. They are paying you a ton of money for a guy who
he's also played so badly that his mom issued an apology and says, please, not even an apology, he said, please stop asking me and tweeting me and texting me about Draymond. I don't know what's wrong.
That is the reason that you have to love Draymond and his mom. They dug no smoke. Everybody else,
True Josh.
Everybody would have gotten sensitive about that. His mom is like, everybody wants to call Draymond Mr. Triple Single, and I think that's a little
hilariously
trash.
Funny.
Yeah, okay. It is both funny and trash because he's a really good basketball player. Top tier basketball player. I feel like because he doesn't fill up counting stats, people immediately dismiss him as not being a very good basketball player. And I think that he is the engine for the best offense I think we've ever seen. I've definitely seen. I would say maybe the
of our time.
Yes. Only people who I can say is I think an offense better is maybe Showtime Lakers, and I'm just not old enough to say that I've seen that with my life.
And if you ever go back and look at them tapes, though, they were.
Oh, it's rocking and rolling.
Oh my God, magic.
But if you're the initiator of the offense, of the second best offense in the NBA, that puts you in rare form. And let's be realistic, Golden State doesn't believe in bigs. Draymond been holding it down basically by himself
for 10 years. They've been together for 10 years.
It's him and Kevon Looney. Because one of those guys works very hard at doing the parts of the game that nobody else wants to do. One of those guys likes to shine.
When are you listening to? Why can't Trey get the same kind of consideration that you give Draymond? Josh, one of our viewers, is actually referencing Draymond getting a triple single.
Well, first of all, there are two different leagues of players. Trey was a top 5 player. Draymond has rings.
You said Trey was a top
yes.
5 player?
Pick, yeah.
Oh, pick or player.
Yeah. Pick, not player.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Remember we traded the Luka pick?
Oh, Trey. Yeah. I thought you said Draymond was a top 5 player.
No, hell
Draymond
no.
Was pick 40?
Yeah.
40
no.
Something. But anyway, man, to round out the finals, I have to issue an apology. Bielika.
Wait, stop. Turn up the volume, because I sent him Instagram post after Instagram post after Instagram post after Instagram post. Like, hey, you sure? Because you had said some things last week, and after what you said, I actually did a little bit of research, and it looks like
Are you done?
He might be wrong.
Are you gonna let me finish? Are you gonna let me finish my apology?
I just want everybody.
Reggie good for it. Fuck it. I fuck it in whatever. We gotta apologize for shit.
I want to give everybody an opportunity to turn the volume up on their respective mobile devices so they can hear what you're about to say. I digress. I'll mute myself.
You're talking too much, man. But I can't even pronounce your name. Nemanja Bjelica forced. Whoa, Josh. Okay.
Yep.
Forced 3 turnovers and held his matchup to 2 of 7 in Game 4. His matchup was either Jason Tatum or I don't know what's going on right here. Either Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, or Grant Williams. Those were the 3 people that he guarded. And not only did he guard them well, he forced 3 turnovers and held them to 2 of 7 shooting. And I talked a lot of trash because I think that Steve Kerr should play Kuminga, and I still stand by that point. He still should play Kuminga. But Bjelica, I can't. The numbers in the show, and the thing is, as soon as I said that on the pod, when we did that, he ripped Tatum. He ripped Tatum at half court and took it, and I was like, "Oh man, got me." So shout out to Bjelica. Okay,
the man's name is Nemanja Bjelica, and this is one of the moves that Steve Credit probably deserves a little bit more credit for, because this is not the cool pick. This is not the safe pick. This is, why in the hell are you playing this?
This is a Bill Belichick move. A pop. This is a pop move. This is definitely a Popovich move.
Yeah, this is something that nobody else saw. Why would you do this? And if this goes bad, this is something where they look back and be like, bro, you blew it with this guy. And you pulled that wild card out and it worked. That's the reason I said I want to cook Steve Kerr for some of the moves that he makes. But I will say that as I matured, I have to give Steve Kerr and I have to give Eric Spoelstra a lot of credit for being much better coaches than I initially assumed.
Why you didn't give Eric Spoelstra the?
And LeBron, you start out with LeBron. I don't know how good you are as a coach. I think LeBron will get anybody to the finals.
I mean, Phil Jackson started out with Michael Jordan.
Dennis Rodman. You can handle Dennis Rodman.
Phil Jackson started out with. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Phil Jackson started out with peak Michael Jordan. Peak.
Yes, it don't matter. Dennis Rodman in itself says all it needs for me.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Pause.
That's why I said okay. I saw that it was like, okay, let me gather myself before.
Did you think before you type that, my friend? You just sometimes.
Hey, yo. But ladies and gentlemen, also shout out
what
to.
What have you said? Yo, you're going to be the Glenn Humplick for one day, yo. You had to come from back there, dog. Come from back there, dog. It's over.
That boy came with the club punch.
Sometimes you gotta
you know when you make a good point, but it's little AO. So that he actually made a good point. He realized that defense is better than offense is going to get him to a championship.
Sometimes you just gotta, believe in your D.
You gotta believe in the D. You can't believe in your own. You gotta believe in your D. That's out of everything you believe in. That's something. It can't go no. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
No, now that will be cut and put on. Y'all have just seen our first reel. That is it, right? Hold on, say it one more time for us.
I said, listen. Shout out to the Warriors.
Follow us on TikTok. Please follow us on TikTok. I want that to have 1 million. I want that to have 1 million people.
Steve Kerr is starting to have a coaching tree. Y'all got me sweating from laughing. Steve Kerr is starting to have a coaching tree. As we know, Kenny Atkinson was just hired by the Hornets. He's signing a 4-year deal. I think this is a great move for the Hornets. I think that Kenny Atkinson was canned by the Nets too early. And The Hornets, if they make some moves in free agency, could be a problem.
I am way more questionable about this move than everybody else.
Why?
I don't trust this at all. And I think that Borrego was a very good coach. This is so much pressure.
Fair. Now that is fair.
This has the undertones of the Pacers written all over it. You fired a coach too fast. Your team actually probably liked that coach more than the guy that you ended up getting. And then after that, you have complete and utter meltdown. And I feel like the Hornets are on the precipice. As fast as they went up, they can go down just that fast, especially with it's going to be teams like Orlando who are going to be prime and ready to move into that spot. I think the Bulls are probably going to be a little bit better this year. If the Hornets don't get out to a good start and don't look like a playoff team, you are going to look like a fool, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And you are my GOAT as far as a basketball player. But boy, they're gonna be on your ass if this guy doesn't win immediately.
Yeah, you can't fire the coach that improved your record for 3 years straight and got you to the play-in.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only next step is playoff. But it seems like
they got to go get Ayton.
Like
you have to go get Ayton real bad now. You have to go get a legitimate center.
It seems like they wanted this move. Well, no, it doesn't. The move when they fired their head coach after improving their record for 3 years straight, made it seem, and we speculated if you go back and listen, we made it seem like they have somebody in mind. They had somebody in mind that they were going to get. We didn't expect the coaching vacancy to even be open this long.
Nope.
And then you started seeing coaches getting hired. You started seeing other coaches getting fired. And the Hornets, and we said it, I was like, the Hornets ain't really done anything for them to make that abrupt change.
This probably already been in the works for a long time.
Do you think Kenny Atkinson is a replacement, or do you think he was the guy that they wanted the whole time? Because
it better be the guy
that you think about it, because they can't. It
better be the guy that you wanted all along. This has to.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
Me either. I don't think that it works fast enough. I don't think that this team is going to be able to get better that fast. And I think that thank you. Yes. I love going live. But with that said, yes. So, yes. So for me, I think it's a very bad decision. And I think you're going to pay.
Is it a bad decision because of Kenny Atkinson, or is it a bad decision because they fired the other coach?
I think firing James Borrego at that point, I believe in Juju. I believe in all of that. And if you got a good thing, you don't play with it. And I think that you have to deliver now, or you look like a fool. You blew it. You shouldn't have fired him. And I don't think you should have did that. I think there's a right way to do it and the wrong way to do it. I think they did it wrong, and I think they're going to pay for it.
Josh, post that, email that to us, direteammedia@gmail.com, brother. Appreciate that. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the basketball segment of episode 59 of the Splashcast, the Around the League edition. We are now going to transition to our football segment. Y'all stay tuned and listen to some tunes of the Splashcast 12-pack. Be back soon.
But I gotta go. Girl, don't wait up. I gotta see the love for me, OT. Why would I take a shorty OT? There's already shorty's OT. Why would I bring sand to the beach when they're all on me and they're all OD? Free she want, free she calling that work, and she can't believe she seen me in person. My first time and you see this. Show me that shit that you done said we OT. Probably already know what it is while I'm sitting down. would I take my bitch to Tulum when we all know all the bitches go to Tulum? Told them turn the lights up, I see some hoes in this room. I was tryna smoke some weed with her, she tryna do some shrooms. The baby wavy, got me swimming in it. Tropical hoe out of like Caribbean. One night in the city, she like, give me in. She pulled up some 42, I'm drinking juice and gin. She said, can you take me to the west side? Well, she know I got a bitch on the west side. And we only see each other here in New York. And whatever happens here, stay in New York. Yeah. Why would I take a shorty OT? There's already shorty's OT. Why would I bring sand to the beach when they're all me and they're all OD? She want free, she calling that Perkins. She can't believe she seen me in person. My first time in your city. Show me that shit that you done said we owe. Eye contact is over. Said she like my accent, she open. Beat me to the terminal, won't let me be sober. She only fucking with me cause she know I'm chosen. Lie to me. Tell me the pussy is mine when we freak. As long as you don't speak about it, then shorty we can sneak around. Little baddie from the inner city. I'm her nigga when I'm in a city. You know when I come through, we gon' make a move. Why would I take a shorty OT? There's already shorty's OT. Why would I bring sand to the
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Thank you for tuning in to us Saturday. Oh, this is not Saturday, Monday Night Raw, episode 59, the Around the League edition. We are now going to get into our football segment. Got a few things we're going to talk about today, both college and pro. Where you want to begin, man? You want to start out with the Broncos? We already talked about the Broncos were actually sold to the Walmart family, the family that owns Walmart. But as they also, we talked about Melody Hobson, who became the co-owner of the Broncos as well. So the Broncos sold to Rob Walton, who is part of the family that owns the Walmart. The new ownership group has discussed an advisory role for Peyton Manning. Why did I bring this up? We have said, and when I say we, for the most part, it's really been Norwood who put it front street, and then we started talking about it, and I started researching it in depth. Peyton Manning really must not fuck with Irsay out there in Indianapolis. He really must not like Irsay at all. Because you don't hear about anything else when it comes to him doing. Now, he may have foundations and everything in Indianapolis. We don't know. But everything that he's done that has been national media has been with the University of Tennessee, the University of Ole Miss, or the Broncos. He really must not like. He really must not like the Colts.
I've been telling y'all that for a long time. He does not bang with the Colts at all. Ever since they, basically pick Andrew Luck instead of pick them, he said, you can tell in his actions and what he does. Respectfully, we good. I'll stay over there with your organization, and I wish y'all the best of luck. But I'm a Bronco, and it's kind of weird. Man. It's kind of like Abraham Lincoln. Most people know Abraham Lincoln as a bearded person, even though he was only bearded for maybe four years of his life. Everybody knows Peyton Manning as a Colt, but he does not associate with them guys at all. And now Marvin Harrison had them charges anyway. You're probably like, it's a clean slate.
I don't know how Marvin Harrison caught a bullet.
Out of all the people. No, you don't remember Marvin Harrison? Because Marvin Harrison was the guy.
I know the quiet guy that didn't say anything. That boy was from Philly. Real Philly.
Yep.
It was out there.
Philadelphia freeway. What you talking about, boy?
What you talking about, big dog?
Oh, man. But
Boston's only down 6. Boston's only down 6, man.
And Peyton, bringing Peyton back is good. Being that the team was sold, I wonder how John Elway fits into this going forward, because he's the number one figurehead, you would assume, but he wasn't able to buy the team.
I don't think I don't know, man. I mean, he's the general manager outside, leagues are what have you done for me lately, right? So if leagues are what have you done for me lately outside of the Peyton Manning Super Bowls, John ain't really done much.
Nah, but
what?
He's still John Elway. He's the face of your franchise.
Man, you the face of your franchise. That until to the L's. You can't keep taking L's. You lost to Joe Flacco on a Hail Mary.
First of all, playoff Flacco is that dude. I don't care what nobody says. But
it was playoff Flacco is that dude. But for you, everything comes back on you when you are the figurehead. When your coach runs single high safety with however many seconds left on 4th and 20, that comes back on you because you were dumb enough to hire somebody like that. So, I mean, it is what it is. But we actually brought this up because we didn't want to talk about John Elway. We wanted to talk about Mellody Hobson, who is part of the ownership group, set to be the first black woman to be an owner of a football team. Shout out to Mellody Hobson. Shout out to her. We wanted to make sure that we highlighted that as well.
Congratulations again.
Okay, sorry.
The first black female owner of a football team.
Come on, finger waves. That's why I was looking for that picture. Come on, finger waves. We embracing ourselves. Pause.
Gotta believe in you. I cannot wait to
gotta believe in D.
Yeah, we might have a new episode name now.
Believe in the D. Yeah. No, Mellody. Yes. No, okay. If we're gonna have more D jokes, I got to take her off the screen because that has nothing to do with her. Look at you, Josh. Look at you. So she is the CEO of Ariel Investments. She is set to become a part owner because, as you know, the Broncos were bought for $4.65 billion, which last year they were valued at $3.75. So for somebody to make almost $1 billion after the valuation of the team last year is pretty good.
She married to George Lucas? You gotta be kidding me.
She might not be a minority owner.
She might own the actual Bronco. Bring the horse. Where's the horse at?
She's also on the board of directors for Starbucks, holding the distinction of being the first black woman to be the chairperson of a company in the S&P 500. She's also the chair of DreamWorks. She's chair of the board of DreamWorks Animation. Yes, that DreamWorks Animation, and a board member of Estee Lauder. She's a native of Chicago, a graduate of Princeton, and married to George Lucas. She got money beyond money.
She got Star Wars. She got the whole Star Wars. She owned it. Man, my apologies. We did not even mean to trouble you. Talk about your little measly football team. You got way other things going on. Ms. Hobson,
when have you ever seen somebody become an owner of a football team and be like, pish posh?
My bad.
This
podcasting is my hobby. Owning NFL teams is your hobby. Congratulations. I'm done. Next.
Somebody
Let me tell you who would never hear this segment.
Somebody says she basically bought all the banners at the high school game.
Hey, and
you
Josh,
remember at your high school?
Eyes up. She ain't single.
Yeah, it's a lot of money to make you disappear, brother. She's the one.
What? Husband created Star Wars.
Yeah, you keep saying it wrong. You don't get beat up. Don't get us beat up out of nerds out here.
Cause my mind is blown. Cause once he asked, I was like, well, let's see who she's married to. Probably some chump. Oh, nope, it's George Lucas. That George Lucas. You ever thought that you had a chance and then only find out? My bad. You happy. You way more happy with him than you could ever be with me.
Ever. He can buy you whatever you want, whatever you need.
Yo, that man continue to meet Obi-Wan. What I can't do nothing. I watch your husband shows every day. You can't even be mad either. Hey, your husband's good at his job.
So, moving on, man. We're not even going to post the picture because I don't want Norwood to get too mad. I don't want him to get too mad. But the reigning receiver of the year, best receiver in football, Cooper Kupp, signs a 5-year, $110 million extension that runs through 2026. He is now making $26.7 million a year. He's the 11th wide receiver this year, which is actually probably more of a story. He's the 11th wide receiver this year to earn more than $20 million annually over 5 years.
So I want all of you receivers to take this as a
game. Look at him. Let's not
take a moment to understand that you don't even have to be one of the top 5 wide receivers in the NFL to get paid.
Boy, the shade was ready, locked, and loaded, wasn't it?
Boy, yeah. This should be motivation that you can only be pretty good at one job and never actually have to be the wide receiver one to even get paid. Hey, you college kids get your NIL money, and you pretty good receivers, you go rob a bank. I said what I said.
So a full breakdown of Cooper Kupp's cap hit is this year coming up. He'll have a $18 million cap hit. I'm going to round up. This is what I don't agree with. Now, as much as I caped for Cooper Kupp and all of that, I'm going to let y'all know right now, a $27.8 million cap hit in 23 is pretty high, almost egregious.
That's Kyle Lowry money, baby.
We're going to even skip past that. We're going to skip past that. And we're going to go all the way to 2026. In 2026, Cooper Kupp will be 33 years old. In 2026, Cooper Kupp will be 33 years old, making $24 million a year.
How you feel about that?
Foolish.
He better be Jerry Rice, I tell you that much.
Well,
he better be
somebody. You better be somebody at $23 million a year. And his dead cap hit is 16. Woo! His dead cap hit in 2022, which they're not going to get rid of him, is $47 million. His dead cap hit in 2024 is $16 million. His dead cap hit in 2026 is less than $10 million. So maybe that's why they did that. Josh, you asked how much of it is guaranteed.
$33 million.
Yeah, $33 million a year is guaranteed.
Oh, I knew that immediately. That went into the brain because I was like, "Oh, you got robbed."
$33 million a year is guaranteed.
We robbing people, huh?
I'm sorry, he gets not $33 million a year. It's $35 million fully guaranteed at signing, and $20 million becomes fully guaranteed next March. And his base salaries are 10, 15, 15, and 12 over the next 5 years, plus his signing bonus. Everything about the base is guaranteed. The incentives are not. So he gets a whole lot of guaranteed money.
It's going to be so many receivers. It's going to be better than him by the time the check.
I ain't going to have no hill to stand on or die on. I ain't going to say nothing after he be a pumpkin after the next year. Because $28 million is ridiculous.
And I'm going to be like, I told you so. He played 3 good years, and now he's stealing from you. That's what y'all want, though. Yeah, that's what y'all want. All these good receivers. Julio been good for his whole life, and y'all want to give Cooper Kupp Lifetime Achievement Award after season and a half. Man. Anyway, but y'all going to pay Jalen Brunson, too. Nor would love to call him right. I see the overpays. And Duncan Robinson, all of them. Y'all make me look right. That's the reason I had the podcast in the first place. Y'all make me be right.
What we're not going to do is let you keep going down this rabbit hole of you wanting to be right. So Jack Del Rio was actually fined $100,000.
He went down his own rabbit hole.
Boy, let me tell y'all now. Y'all know when it comes to HBCUs and it comes to being a little racy. This is Reggie's bag right here now. This is my bag right here when it comes to being a little racy.
Reggie,
we out here, dog. So, Jack Del Rio, for those that don't know, said that the dust up at the January 6th insurrection, where a lot of Anglos and misguided minorities decided to, they rushed the Capitol. I can say what I want. You rush the Capitol. I can say what I want. Because if we rushed the Capitol, we'd have been dead. So I can say what I want. You called it a dust up, Jack Del Rio. A dust up, first off. Then you decided to try and say, oh, my bad. First of all, the Commanders came back. The Commanders, first, let's talk about it. We are about to be in tangent of a tangent of a tangent. The Washington Commandos are a shit show, y'all. They are a shit show. Not only is your owner a pervert, your defensive coordinator is wildly, I don't want to say racist, but I do. You don't know you don't know how to sign any free agents. You're a bad product on the field. Y'all so terrible as an organization. Your own state, municipality, territory, whatever you want to call it. There's 3 states up there. You got Virginia, Baltimore, and Washington, D.C., and none of them want you. None of them want you.
Wait. You forgot about the part where they were stealing the money from all the teams.
Then you were stealing money from the team. You got one of the most exclusive clubs of billionaires on earth, and you stealing money from the billionaires as a billionaire. I mean, then you try to release this statement.
Wait, hold on. And got John Gruden caught up.
John Gruden got himself caught up. But then I ain't John Gruden, that's your fault. But now you about to take down you took down John Gruden. Now they're trying to take this. And then when I read this statement from head coach Ron Rivera, they are desperately trying to clean up the Jack Del Rio comments.
Brought to you by Fox News.
No, brought to you by One Network. One News America, whatever that is.
One American News Network.
Yeah.
I actually watched a video clip from there today, and it is weird. That is the weirdest place you can get the news from.
And remember, Jack Del Rio was one of those coaches that came out and said the same with Oklahoma State's coach that said OWN Network is just a non-biased
your boy with the mullet.
News. And I was like, non-biased news. Well, we know what side of the flag you stand on, and we know which flag is in your back pocket. So now he's trying to, I don't care. Now he's trying to clean it up. And he was fined $100,000. And the Commandos listed an apology, as well as the head coach listed an apology. And then he came back and listed an apology. And I'm not even going to put it on the screen and read it because we know it's all bullshit. So it is what it
Mike
is.
Gundy.
That's Mike Gundy. I'm 40 years old. I'm a man. That's that guy. Y'all remember that? I'm a man.
I did like that speech a lot.
It was a good speech.
But it was a good speech until I saw the shirt. Then I was like, oh no.
And folks said, oh my God, he grew a mullet out to express with his players. And I was like, no, he kept that mullet way after the players gone. That is his roots. But anyway, Jack Del Rio, racist. He is definitely apologizing in everything. Shout out. Moving on, man. Well, do you have anything to say? Because I definitely took all of the talking time.
I just don't. I mean, a dust up is such a way to put an attack on the Capitol. Didn't like 5 people die in the insurrection?
It's such an ignorant statement. It's so ignorant because you still have people that are dealing with the fallout of losing loved ones, of loved ones that are still dealing with the effects of a riot.
Yeah, I mean, conceptualize the fact that the people just went into the Capitol, took it over, and 5 people died. A dust up, like a dust up, is where it's not even a fight. It's the avoidance of a fight. Like, to me, a dust up is like, oh, they almost got to fighting. Not 5 people died. that. But we know where he subscribes to his news, so we understand what we get. It is a dust up to him. There's y'all boys, though. There's y'all boys, though. And the Washington Commandos, boy.
So y'all know when I get quiet, there's a statement that I can make that I'm contemplating, that I'm probably
high five.
I'm probably not gonna make it right now. I'm not gonna make it because we're gonna get canceled. But moving on.
Nope. Get on out of there.
Moving on, man. So, in other off the field news, Steph Curry is disrespectful. In other off the field news, that was not it, but that was what I was watching. The Browns, we talked about Deshaun Watson, and he may not play, and they just paid $250 million to somebody that may not play. It says that the Browns consulted female employees, including Kaylee Brownson, before the Deshaun Watson trade.
This is stupid.
This is a lie.
It's just no. It is not a lie. It's just stupid. That's
Why?
What this
Why is
this,
it stupid?
This is incredible. Like on the level of stupidity, this is at the top of stupidity, and it's also a level of disrespect. And I'm gonna just come out and say it's fucked up. High level fucked up. You know that this lady has no bearing on whether or not Deshaun Watson is actually going to be signed by the Browns. And if she said no, do you think for 1 minute that the team who guaranteed every green dollar that he gets is going to say, no, we won't, because this lady says, no, I don't think he should be a part of the team?
I'll tell y'all something right now. If I've decided to spend $250 million, ain't too much you can say. You can say to me. Ain't nothing too much you gonna say to me after I decided to spend it. Because when you guarantee a contract, you have to put that money in a trust. So I took $250 million of my money, or our money, or whoever money, and put it in a trust. The cake's been baked. The dotted line has been signed. The deed's been done.
The deed has been done.
There ain't nothing you can do.
Quote the God Kurt Snow.
Ain't nothing you can do.
This is so disrespectful. This is the doggiest and poniest of shows I've ever seen in my life. It's despicable for somebody to write about this. It's more despicable to say that they actually said this out of their mouth. This is as bad as it could possibly be. In what world did she say, no, I don't think he belongs on the team? They don't offer him $230 million. Please tell me.
So,
and if you're a Cleveland Browns fan and you're a woman, you should take this as a slap in the face.
So, no, I'm not going to go there. Yes, I am. So, it would have meant more to me if you got...
No.
If you got a woman... So, no, I'm not going to say that. Because it's not fair for us to say that about the women. Did you mute that? You definitely muted yourself. You muted yourself.
Oh, so what I'm saying is take this situation and change the offended crowd to any other crowd. And how does it sound?
So black people, the Browns consulted black people before hiring a black employee, before hiring a racist employee. Yeah, you're right. Brown people, the Browns consulted the brown people, and that's all encompassing. I'm only saying that because
hold on. What does this lady's opinion have to do on the people who are actually afflicted?
So that's where I was trying. Thank you for verbalizing that right there. I'm sure I took that a wrong way, but
or what about if she's just trying to keep her job and she would like to say something, but she probably can't, just like the girls who were in the massage situation.
This is why I said it's a lie. This is why I said it's a lie. There's no way that she volunteered and said it came up with this information and said that to an unknown or known source. You were put up to this by the Browns organization, because we just talked about the Houston Texans and the Browns organizations knowing that they were hiring these women. No, I'm sorry, putting Deshaun Watson in position to take advantage of these women. So now you coming back, they are out here trying to clean everything up.
I want to invite you into a secret part of the conversation that black people have with other black people. If you're a non-black person, this ain't the cookout, but this is the conversation that we will have. Mm-hmm. That's an immediate betrayal. Without a doubt. If I am an offended group and you ask this other person and you say anything other than no, he can't, you've betrayed me. And I don't think that's a fair place to even put this lady in. She don't know Deshaun Watson from a can of paint. How could she be any judge on his character, good or bad?
It's
no. No, none of that.
That's why I said. That's why I said I don't know if I can say it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I text Norwood what I was thinking, and we will have to get a Patreon before I can say that. But
no, you won't ever be able to say that anywhere.
Yes, I
delete
can.
that from your brain. Control Alt Delete. For me, no, you can't do that. And when you do stuff like this, it proves to the disenfranchised people how little you think of us. And it also proves to the disenfranchised people that you have no clue of what you actually have going on.
Can you imagine if the 49ers said, we talked to a bunch of people that were unlawfully locked up before re-signing Colin Kaepernick? That'd be a shitstorm.
This is the hire people from different demographics, bro. You got to do that. Me and Reggie get on here and we play like we're consultants. We'll be your black consultants. But I think some of you people really need these type of consultants because you can't do this. This doesn't make any sense. This lady does not know this man. And if she's only doing her job right now as one of the only females in football is to keep her own damn job, she gonna tell you exactly what you want to hear. But that's the reason you picked this person. And that's the reason that me and Reggie are struggling through this segment.
Yeah, and the majority doesn't know what it is. The only minorities know what it's like to be in that situation. And no matter what type of minority, skin.
Hey, be the black representative for the world.
So what do you think about the black on black crime? What you mean? What I think about crime? Crime is bad. But nope. I'm gonna digress.
Hey, Cleveland Browns, you suck. You really suck. And this is really fucked up, bro.
Yeah, moving on.
If you're a female fan of the Cleveland Browns, you gotta ask questions.
You're
the consumer. You pay money for them. You should ask. This ain't cool though.
Yep.
And pay me and Reggie. We will help y'all do less stupid stuff. This is dumb.
Dive Team Consulting is a thing. We can help you.
Laughing, but very serious.
We
can help you not do this. Damn fool.
Or if you do this, don't announce it. Don't announce it.
No. Do not do this. Do not pass go. We just need an office. And y'all just send the questions to us. You ain't even got to actually come in and just text us. Hey, Chris and Reggie, we was thinking about doing this. We was going to get a woman because we had this guy who touched a lot of women. And we're going to get her to say it's okay. Should I do this or no? And me and Reggie will be somewhere completely different on the beach drinking beers and be like, no, this is really
this is a terrible thing. $250,000. Thank you. Invoices in the email.
Cash at me the fans.
Moving on, man. Let's switch gears real quick. Hey, man, the Eagles have been making plays. They signed AJ Brown. They already have Devontae Smith. They have Jalen Hurt as a quarterback. They have drafted big Jalen Davis. They have made moves. They got Nakobe Dean. They have had a good offseason. This may be the sneaky move. This man's name is Devin Allen. He runs the third fastest 110-meter hurdles over the last 12.84. He ran it in 12.84 seconds. What? Why'd you say what?
First of all, is he in a wetsuit?
So I've had a lot of jokes about this picture. It's the worst picture that they probably.
The Eagles signed Aquaman.
It's a track.
Jalen Hurts like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Throw the ball far. That's all you can do. Throw the ball far. This is the epitome of a Cliff Kingsbury type offensive signing. Run really fast down the field.
This is a sale if I've ever seen one. Because you know what this means? This looks like it makes sense to Jalen Hurts. Oh, you got a guy who's really fast. He ran third fastest time in 110-meter hurdles of all time. Can he play football?
Throw the ball far.
Can he catch the ball?
He's gonna.
You know we run routes. You know it's not just
what.
This is dumb. This is dumb. And this is how Jalen Hurts is gonna get fired.
Not gonna
lie
lie
I'm
to
gonna
you,
go
I
ahead.
did not, when you put this on the list, I did not think that this is the point that you were gonna make. That this is dumb. I thought you liked the move.
No. Oh, congrats on being fast. That is great, but that is not how we play football, or they will call it track. Why would you do
You
this?
on a heater tonight. You're on a heater tonight. Well, then, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna move right past this because
he is very fast.
He is very fast. Congrats on that, man. Maybe he will.
Jalen Hurts better hand him the ball, though. I tell you that.
He's a receiver, so there's that.
No, he's something.
He ain't no damn running back. You seen him in that?
He's not a football. He's not a football player. I don't know that anybody else knows that, but he's not.
Pivot.
Like podcast.
Here we go. The Dolphins are ready to offer Sean Payton a 5-year, $100 million contract. What does that mean? Why is that news? We already talked about Sean Payton leaving abruptly the Aints. This coincides or works with the Tom Brady rumor of him retiring from Tampa Bay and going to Miami as an owner. They were going to hire Sean Payton, and then he was going to come back out of retirement after Tua was trash and was going to be a player owner. One of the few, I think, only player owners in NFL history. That's what this report confirms. Well, a report can't confirm.
Who messed this up? Who messed up the Miami deal? I forgot. Somebody did mess it up.
Schefter
oh, you're right.
Schefter leaked it, and that's when everything hit the fan.
Schefter had a rough summer, boy.
Because when he leaked it, everything hit the fan. Remember, it was Schefter who leaked it after the Brian Flores suit. And folks, we talked about that, and I'm glad we bringing this up. That Brian Flores suit's still out there. They got rid of Flores, and you remember the main thing that Flores says was the owner was trying to get Flores to meet with him and Tom Brady on a yacht, which was illegal due to NFL rules because Tom Brady was on the team. There's so many things about this that nobody ever talks about. They swept this report under the rugs.
And it's so nasty because it's like Flores go meet with our quarterback, but we're going to replace you with Sean Payton anyway.
Right. You want me to risk my job? I could get kicked out of the league for breaking this.
Black man, go get us a quarterback. We're going to fire you, though.
We're going to fire you right afterwards. Nobody's ever talking about this. Like, this shit gets... This
on the next
story
episode of
is
As the World Turns.
Boy, of Dallas. Y'all remember? You remember your grandma used to watch Dallas, that show? That's what this is.
In the heat of the night.
In the heat of the night. But now I'm telling y'all right now, this story and what they try to do, they keep trying to release these statements of Sean Payton going to the Dolphins and all of this stuff about the Dolphins and ownership. They are trying to release that in small increments and sweep it up under the rug when if you put all of the puzzle pieces together, you know that this was like some diabolical mastermind type shit.
Yeah. And there's somebody at the top of this food chain who did not nail this, but their plan was cold. I'll give you credit where you had a cold ass plan.
It's like a supervillain fan. It's a supervillain plan.
You had everything pieced together very nicely. It didn't go the way that you expected it to, but to have even kind of planned this out as many steps as you did, it's dastardly. But I like a good plan.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If it would have went through, if this would have gone through and it would have worked,
Netflix, a movie. Make a movie about this. This is some shit. This is what I
got us.
See.
This is a Netflix special. Yeah. Amazon Prime would have been right on there.
You got Flores us now. Over there to the yacht to sign Tom Brady, but did not know the whole time they was doubling back. They was gonna fire him anyway. They was gonna make Sean Payton $100 million coach. They was gonna let Tom Brady be a player owner. Oh my God!
And they would have had all of these players that they just signed. And speaking of more players, since we here, since we here, he probably had nothing to do with this, but we gonna do it anyway because we putting the pieces together. I got my tinfoil fitted hat. I gotta get it, ladies and gentlemen. If you know anybody that makes tinfoil fitted hats, let me know. Your man Tyreek Hill for some reason just hates the Chiefs now. And I understand loyalty and your new team is Tua, but you can't be saying outlandish statements. But if you were Tom Brady and Sean Payton and the owner and you had all of this in play, diabolical. It's amazing. It's amazing. Tyreek Hill has said, go ahead.
It is diabolical, boy. Let me tell you right now, Patty Mahomes gonna tear your ass up when he see you.
Tyreek Hill, he gonna try to beat you by 1,000.
You gonna have to go see the man. You have to go see a man by the dog.
Tyreek Hill said that Mahomes is less accurate than Tua. Mind you, we've had multiple posts of Tua overthrowing Tyreek Hill underthrowing Tyreek Hill on multiple routes, not just out routes, not just fly routes. Overthrowing him on multiple different type of routes.
Tyreek, just take your money and go home. And I get it.
Don't turn into AB out here. Don't turn into AB, bro.
No, he's actually right.
Right about
it's
what?
Over. Everything. You might as well say exactly what you want to. It's over for you. It's what DK Metcalf is on the precipice of.
Yeah, DK.
I'm no longer going to have a quarterback that can make me look good. I am about
Rod, what's good?
But for sure, this and I'm gonna tell you right now, this Miami situation is a ticking time bomb. First thing gonna happen, Tua is not gonna be who he is because he was never that guy in the first place. That's gonna be a problem. Then they're gonna start looking at multiracial. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Damn, I just forgot his name.
Mike McDaniels.
Multiracial McDaniels. They're gonna remind him, hey, my friend, you black. As soon as you stop winning games, they're gonna give you the Flores treatment. It's gonna be so quick. It's gonna be bad and worse before you know it. Let me tell you, Miami is the trick bag. Is the entire trick bag.
Wild, crazy.
You heard it here first on the Splashcast. Miami is a terrible place to be. But really, basketball and football. I said it.
Well, we meant it. Other NFL news, man. Shout out to Hines Ward. Hines Ward will be. I know you, man.
I ain't shouting out Hines Ward. I do not like Hines Ward.
He will. I know you. It's personal. Hines Ward.
It is.
It will end up being an XFL head coach for the San Antonio football team. The XFL announced by he and The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Shout out to a Georgia alum becoming a head coach. They also got Rod Woodson to be an XFL head coach as well.
I saw your boy Hines Ward one time in the Publix, right over there, and he looked at me like I was trying to get an autograph. I was like, bro, I'm not trying to get an autograph from you. I don't even support your team. And ever since then, me and Hines Ward have had unspoken beef.
Sound like Shaq and David Robinson.
My beef is real. Shaq made that up and then assaulted that man like that. I would never assault Hines Ward.
Shit out that dude, bro. That's sad.
Shaquille O'Neal, you're an evil human, dog. You didn't have to do. You had to do the Admiral like that. Man's a serviceman for our
Admiral
country.
was like, yo, I don't know what he's talking about. Motherfucker said, well, let me remind you.
Such a good soul.
David
Robinson is a really nice human. Like he does everything. You know, he probably a deacon at his church. He probably be out there on Saturdays digging ditches, doing whatever the church needed to do. Throw some sandbags. Old Deacon David comes on by there. Here comes Shaq, 19-year-old punk.
Boy, you suck.
Backboard.
What you gonna do to me? What you gonna do to me? What you gonna do to me?
Elbowing this old man. Nice old man in the Navy, too.
Yeah.
Boy,
but anyway, moving on, man. Moving on. So Texas, Oklahoma. Seems like Texas and Oklahoma are actually going to make their SEC debut in 2024 instead of 2025 because the Big 12 will then allow – because the Big 12 is allowing their teams, I think it's Cincinnati as well as like University of Houston, I think as well, are moving into the Big 12 in 2023. It will now allow them to move into the SEC in 2024, which means the SEC has so much money that they paid all of those fees and hardships that the Big 12 was trying to impose. They paid that with a check and was like, all right, bet, we're going to make it happen.
I have a caveat.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should have to win the Big 12 before they come. So if you got 2 years.
Ooh. Texas and Oklahoma? Well, yeah, Oklahoma will be here next year.
You win it. No, I'm saying if you can't win it, then you don't get into the SEC.
Win the Big 12.
Yep.
You said win the Big Texas. Oklahoma will be here next year. Texas may be a while. Texas, actually, that probably doesn't change anything.
I feel like that's a fair trade. You got to win before you leave. If you can't beat them, then you sure as hell don't need to come over here.
Oklahoma will be here next year, and the year after Oklahoma leaves, Texas will be here. Texas can't beat Oklahoma.
But what I'm saying is
it doesn't. And what I'm saying is that rule. I get what you're saying, but the Big 12 is so trash that rule don't matter.
What I'm saying is I don't think the Texas would. I think the Texas would struggle. It is. It is, Rod. Definitely is. I don't think the Texas is good enough to really leave the Big 12. I think it's literally for the money only.
I feel
and I think that I feel like Texas might be stuck there long. That's an escape room they don't get out of no time soon.
They'll be here, and I'm gonna let y'all know right now. All we are waiting on is for the SEC to drop the new divisions after Texas and all of them join.
It's gonna be 16. It's gonna be 4. It's gonna be 4 teams, 4 divisions. They might be at enough to have their own football league. 16 teams. It ain't but 32 NFL teams.
Yeah, they'll have their own football thing. But moving on, man. Moving on to college football. That we talked about Texas and Oklahoma making their debut in 2024. I can't wait to see it because I want to see what Alabama, Oklahoma, and Alabama, Texas look like. Moving on, man. C.J. Stroud signed an NIL deal that gave him a $200,000 G-Wagon Mercedes, and that's not even the kicker that we're talking about right here. The kicker is that he gets to change out cars every 45 days.
They don't want children to graduate from college.
I never leave.
For what? I get the G-Wag just to start out with. Oh, I'm gonna run this 4 years up. I'm gonna run this 4 years up. I'm finna run it up.
And you get to change out every 45 days.
And make sure they got my decals on my car, dog. I need y'all to swap mine out. Yeah.
Dude,
I'm parking right on you.
Warriors only up 5. Warriors only up 5 in the third.
You think I'm not parking? I'm parking on campus wherever I want to. Write a ticket. That car not even gonna be here. By the time that you ask me for my ticket money, I have a new car, fam. The tickets go with the car. Not a chance.
So we don't count people's pockets here. We don't count people's pockets. We want everybody to get money and all of that. Hopefully he's actually what I'm seeing is how it makes me understand how they say that there needs to be some type of regulation for the NIL.
No, it don't.
Why no? Well, before that, let me finish my point. Deion made a statement earlier this year when he was saying, look, we all want NIL deals. We all want our players to get NIL deals. But tell me what they are actually advertising. Now, he may be advertising this car dealership that gave him an NIL deal. He may be advertising that. But to have, you got to have some type of regulation here. Otherwise, the majority is going to run rampant. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, but it was okay when the NCAA was okay with the majority running rampant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, there's no difference here. This was all okay until players started getting the money. When everybody else was getting the money, it was perfectly fine. But now the people who actually go out there and risk their lives every day are getting paid, and now we need regulation. I can't get behind that. I can't support that for 1 minute. As much as I want to, I would like to, but I say this all the time. The NCAA brought this on themselves. They didn't respect the system enough to fix it. So now the system is destroying itself in front of you. And that dude's going to get $200K and he's going to drive a better car than all of the professors on that campus. Why not?
Most of them.
That's the reason that the kids are going to the school in the first place.
Yeah, at this point, that's the only reason they're going to school. So
pay that man.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I think that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the football segment of episode 59 of the Splashcast, the Around the League edition. We are now going to jump to our splashes of the week. We got a couple things we're going to talk about. Make sure y'all stay tuned. As before we get there, you will now be listening to the Splashcast 12-pack dropping on Wednesday. Y'all stay tuned. Love y'all.
If you dance with me, I'll dance with you, my baby. If you cry with me, I'll cry with you too. Die for me, I die for you. Ain't no problem, you're my type. You're exactly what I like. Can I have some of your time if you don't mind? To fall for, know how to fall for games. That's how I know you got that flame, got that rage. If you dance with me, I'll dance with you, my baby. If you cry with me, I'll cry with you too. Die for me, I die for you. Ain't no problem, you're my type. You're exactly what I like. Can I have some of your time if you don't mind? If you don't mind, I wanna know. If you have time, I wanna show you that we're made for it. This here we're made for it. I knew the moment I saw you, baby. I know you'd be good on the tempo. Not too fast, not too slow.
Tipsy. I have been drinking a beer and or shot with every segment. We have test out
Splash.
PEDs. They're down by 4. We are now going to get into our splashes of the week, ladies and gentlemen. our final segment of episode 59 of the Splashcast, the Around the League edition. Let's go ahead and lead off with the Pride game. So the Giants and the Dodgers became the first teams ever to both wear Pride caps in the MLB in a Major League Baseball game, and they wore them together. And why we're highlighting this is because we talked about on Saturday Morning Live, as well as the Splashcast, about the Tampa Bay Devil Rays refusing to wear the Pride patches. So for the fact that not only the teams in California decided to wear the patches, they also wore the baseball caps as well, is a big deal, man. They are putting to shame the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, man. What's your thoughts? Is this really as big a deal as everybody's making it?
I don't know if they're necessarily putting them to shame. I think there's space for people to have differing opinions, and both should be respected. As long as everybody wanted to wear the hats, I think it's dope. I support it.
Yeah, man. You at the end of the day, we all, as we said on the Splashcast, we support everybody with their ability to love who they want.
Yeah, let people have their own opinions, and then that just be it. We don't have to agree on everything, and if we don't agree, that doesn't mean that a person A is wrong, person B is right, or vice versa. Just let people be different. Hell.
Yeah, man. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more topic to talk about today. So I brought this up. We're gonna have multiple.
Yeah, this is yours. This is all yours.
We're gonna have multiple discussions when it comes to this. I've always thought about the USFL as one of those leagues that they have the ability to make a bigger impact if they actually want to. So the NFL has a stranglehold on football. Basketball, you kind of have Euro leagues. You have the NBA G League now. You have all of these other alternative leagues to where you could play and develop and then make it to the NBA. The NFL has nothing like that. They tried the NFL Europe. It didn't work. They've tried multiple leagues where it comes from, like the USFL. Now they have the fan-controlled league. You have Canadian football. Shout out to Warren Moon. You also have the Arena League. But all of those leagues, it's very rare that a player will come from one of those leagues and be a star in the NFL, because the NFL gets the pick of all of those players.
Kurt Warner.
We've named two now. The Bagman from Idaho. But with that said, Al Horford.
I hated that haircut.
Al Horford out here. He's proving me wrong. The USFL has a pretty good product, man. The USFL has a pretty good product. They have a lot of players that I recognize from college, and I don't even recognize them. I recognize the game. I mean, their names. The XFL, owned by The Rock, we don't know what that's going to look like yet. They're still putting pieces together, as we talked about before in the football segment.
Why do we think the XFL is going to look like anything other than the last XFL?
Because the last XFL was owned by well, like I said, owned by the wrestlers, but there's The Rock. I think The Rock is trying to, in terms of the XFL, he's trying to push for a more traditional football-centric league versus anything else. But the USFL,
do you think
Huh?
I think it's going to be the same thing.
The USFL has been around for years. A lot of people don't know that the USFL was around in the 80s, and they actually signed like high-profile draft picks. They had people that were actually leaving the NFL: Steve Young, Jim McMahon, and also Herschel Walker are three names that come to talk about. In terms, there was also somebody that played for Oklahoma. Was it Tim Henderson? Ricky Henderson? Ricky Henderson played baseball.
Yeah. I know you're talking about that.
He tore his knee, but he was a really good player for Oklahoma. Anyway, the USFL has always allowed for players to go to the league and not have to wait 3 years like the NFL. Well, the USFL is now out on FS1, And when it came to
Marcus Dupree.
I said Ricky Henderson. I didn't have any of the initials.
Lead off man for the A's. Jesus.
Anyway, what I want y'all to see right here. If you see that, man, this is the USFL. This is the game I actually started watching the USFL on. And this man got hit so hard, he got his wisdom teeth knocked out. I'm going to say that again.
Now,
he got hit so hard. Cody Brown, now he is only 5'7", 160 pounds.
Didn't I just tell you about those guys? There ain't no good place to hit them.
He got hit so hard that his wisdom tooth got knocked out and he spit it out. The fact that you got hit so hard that you had to spit your teeth out is one thing. The fact that you got hit so hard that you had to spit the teeth out from the back of your mouth is wild crazy to me.
I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people pay a lot of money to have their wisdom teeth removed.
You saying you should pay that man his deductible?
Hey, I mean, that's the least you could do. Hey, no, nothing, man. Damn, that is awful.
Oh, my God.
What job do you want to work where there's a possibility a person can knock your wisdom teeth out?
Basketball, football, basketball.
Not basketball. You've never seen any basketball player.
I've seen basketball players. I've seen a basketball player in the 70s wore a neck brace.
That's a whole different basketball. I'm talking about what they play now. Man, I don't. That would be my very. Was crazy. I love football. I love football. That would be my very last day. That'd have been my very last minute. I would have started taking my pads off, headed to the locker room immediately. This ain't for me, Lord. And I see it. Sometimes I just need some type of sign in my life to tell me that this
ain't it. Lord, if you don't want me to play football, just let me know. All right. I hear you loud and clear.
Loud and clear message received. I'll gather my things. I'll let myself out. I leave my shoulder pads, my key card, my iPad, my cleats. I don't even need it no more. I'm not going to be wearing shoes for a long time. I plan to wear flip-flops. I don't even want anybody to confuse me with a person who plays football because the last person who did that knocked my teeth out.
Oh, man. So prayers to that man, Cody Brown, 5'7", 165. He may end up going back to work wherever he was working before that or training or where. Actually, you ain't even got to do all that. Just wear a mouthpiece, bro.
I'm going back to pouring cement, slinging tires, selling cars, doing push-ups. I'm doing anything other than running into that dude who knocked my teeth out. As you only get so many. No.
Boston is up 4. 58-57. Wow, crazy. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the Splashcast episode 59. We have covered the ATL edition and the Around the League edition. Norwood, if we haven't missed anything, take us out.
Always remember, teachable moment from this episode. You got to believe in your D. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it's been a fun and fantastic episode 59. Me and Reggie appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Before we get out of here, number one, the very most important thing, more Black baseball. Number two, more Black Cowboys and more Black Cowgirls. Before I get to number three, I'm going to respectfully tap Reggie on the shoulder and ask him, where can y'all find us?
Man, you can find us on Instagram at The Splashcast. You can find us on Twitter at _ The Splashcast. You can hit us up on Facebook. We are actually live on all of these accounts. Get us up on Facebook, our fan page, The Splashcast with Reggie and Norwood. You can hit us up on YouTube at Dive Team Media or at The Splashcast as well. You can also, if you want to email us, we do brand partnerships. We love promoting small business, Black business, female-owned business, LGBTQ business, any type of business that can help the culture. We definitely love providing sponsorship as well as notoriety for that. And you can email us at diveteammedia@gmail.com. Remember, on our Instagram page, you can go to the link tree and find everything that I listed. It's also on the outro. They all pop up for a reason so you can see it. You can find all of that on the link tree on the Splashcast at on our Instagram page. I think I covered it all.
Absolutely. This is Monday Night Raw, but if you did not watch us live, the only way that you will see this is Tuesday when it comes out on all your DSPs. Wednesday, we will be back. I think I'm going to do 2 playlists. There will be a Splashcast 24-pack, the usual, and then I was asked for Juneteenth, so I'm going to give y'all a little Sounds of Blackness in there too. Then Thursday, we will come right back, give you this Around the League episode if you did not watch it live. And then, of course, Saturday morning, we will do it live there. Look forward to seeing all of you guys then. Of course, my favorite, also, number 3, the money that you have, take it to the Historically Black College and University that you graduated from. Send some money over there. The Historically Black College and University in your neighborhood. Please go out, support the event, support the university, and send some money over there. And then the key and most important and pivotal part, please send all remaining funds to the Hampton University, the greatest learning institution in all of the land there in Hampton, Virginia. Number 4, I'm manifesting becoming a billionaire because the rest of these things have already come true. So with that said, now that we've had an excellent pod, I think it's only one thing for us to do now, Reg. What's that?
Hang out.
Hang out.
Hey,
we
man,
out this joint.
We love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in with us. Again, we keep growing. We grow every episode. We are trying to get all of that. With that being said, man, we love y'all. Hang out, man.
Adios, mi amigos. Out this